Hi, my name is Jenna and I'm currently 31 weeks pregnant, which is why I wanted to start this YouTube channel. I plan on making mommy lifestyle videos. So what I mean by that is maybe a day in the life of a young mom, what's in my hospital bag, baby names I love but won't be using, monthly updates on my baby, a labor and delivery story, so some videos kind of like that. Today's video is going to be about my first trimester. I'm going to share my experience and my symptoms with you. I want to apologize in advance for the background or the lighting, but I'm just getting started and this is just gonna have to do for now. I have to say I'm very thankful to have had such a nice first trimester. I thought that I was going to be really sick like most women are, but I'm so thankful that I wasn't. So some of my symptoms were fatigue, breast tenderness, bloating, headaches, chest breakouts, and that's pretty much it. I found out I was pregnant early on, around 3 weeks and 4 days. So the symptoms really didn't start kicking in, I'd say, until about 6 or 7 weeks. And even then, I really didn't have anything. Now, I wasn't as exhausted as I thought I would be. I thought that I was going to be extremely exhausted. I did find myself sleeping later than I normally would and taking kind of a lot of naps throughout the day, or not even napping, just lounging. Like I didn't have the energy or motivation to really do anything at all. Another symptom I had was breast tenderness, and this came around maybe 7 weeks and lasted probably about the whole first trimester. My chest broke out really bad in the first trimester, which was weird. I never really had that happen before. Maybe every once in a while I would get like one little pimple, but it was like every day I had a new one, but my face didn't break out, which was strange. I started to get headaches about halfway through my first trimester, which was not fun. I got them a lot in the evening and they lasted all night. Sometimes they would go away when I went to sleep. Other times I would wake up and still have the headaches. The headaches weren't that bad where I felt like I needed to take something. They were kind of more annoying than anything. I think there was a few days, maybe when I was 8 or 9 weeks pregnant, where I kind of felt a little yucky in my stomach, but nothing too bad. I kind of just, dealt with it, ate light because I didn't feel the best, but other than that, I really did not have any morning sickness. One symptom that concerned me my whole first trimester was cramping. Prior to becoming pregnant, I wasn't aware of how much you cramped, and I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone. I know everyone's different, but I had what felt like menstrual cramps the whole entire first trimester, and they would sometimes go into my back and they were pretty uncomfortable, not painful enough where I was hunched over, I never spotted or was bleeding. They were kind of just a dull, achy cramp. I didn't really have any cravings the first trimester. When I think of a craving, I think of wanting a food right then and there, and if I don't have that food, I'm going to freak out. But I had more of like, I kind of want this right now, and once I have it, I'm not going to want it anymore. And that's what happened. There was one time I wanted just regular, I think it's Pillsbury frosting or Betty Crocker frosting that you frost cupcakes and cake with. I was craving that once, but I only went through about not even half a jar of it, and I still have another one, but I don't want it anymore. I also wanted really hearty foods like beef stew, a lot of beefy type things, which is funny because now I want nothing to do with them. That is the one thing that I kind of have an aversion to, is beef, red meat, just any type of red meat just kind of makes me feel a little sick. I'd like to mention my weight gain for the first trimester. So my starting weight was 93 pounds, and by the end of the first trimester I was 94.6 pounds. So I didn't gain too much, but that's not anything abnormal for the first trimester. A couple of tips I have for those of you that are experiencing your first trimester right now is to just rest as much as you possibly can, because that's what your body needs. You just feel so drained because you're making a human. Like, you're growing a little human inside of you, and it's tiring. Especially in your first trimester, all the hormonal changes just really take a toll on you. So just try and get as much rest as you can. Even if you just get a little 20-minute nap in, you're going to feel so much better. Another tip would be is to not feel like you have to share your pregnancy yet. The first trimester is, you know, scary because the risks of miscarrying. You should be able to share your pregnancy whenever you want. We waited until I was out of the first trimester to tell everybody because I was worried about miscarrying and getting everyone so excited and then having to deal with that. Another tip I have is to try so hard not to Google things because that will stress you out. And it's not good to stress out in the first place, and I know it's so hard to not Google things and say, is this normal? The truth is, everybody's pregnancy is so different, and that's what I've really come to realize. Like, I was terrified I was going to have morning sickness, and I never did. And then the cramping I had, I assumed automatically that it was just I was miscarrying or something was wrong, and that's not the case every time. So just try and not to Google things. I would also recommend finding the best OBGYN you can find, one that will obviously accept your insurance, but you really want to be happy with where you're going because that's going to make a big difference. Me being a young mom, I didn't feel comfortable just, you know, I felt like I was going to get judged, but thankfully the place I found, not one person made me feel like, oh, you're too young to be having a baby. So that is all basically for my first trimester. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm definitely going to be making a second trimester recap as well. I'm going to be posting at least 1 to 2 videos a week. Feel free to comment down below any suggestions or questions you have for me, and I will try my best to answer them. Thanks for watching. Bye!